Yo guys, welcome back to Cryptoria. So I'm going to be covering Bitcoin Gold, but before I do, I'll appreciate if you like, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you know when I upload. And with that being said, let's go into this video. So what is Bitcoin Gold? So BTG is a cryptocurrency with Bitcoin fundamentals, mined on the common GPUs instead of the specialty ASICs. ASICs tend to monopolize mining to a few big players, but GPU mining means anyone can mine again, restoring decentralization and independence. GPU mining rewards go to individuals worldwide instead of mostly to ASIC warehouse owners, recreating network effects that Bitcoin used to have. So guys, jumping straight onto CoinMarketCap, as you guys can see, they're doing pretty well in the top 100, currently 82. Current price at the moment is $69. At the moment is up 0.35% over the last 24 hours. So as you guys can see, the market cap is just over $1.2 billion. Current circulating volume is just over 86 million. Going over the chart very briefly, as you guys can see, it did have that massive surge back in 2018 to around that near that $500 mark, in fact around that $450. It did unfortunately dump all the way back down to the price it is at the moment. So I hope no one actually bought it at the peak over there. In terms of the best place to buy it, they are listed on Binance, so that is probably the best place to buy it, but you go ahead and check out these other exchanges as well. So guys, I will be jumping briefly onto the website now. So I have jumped straight onto the website. As you guys can see, Bitcoin Gold for everyone, for everything. So I have already explained what Bitcoin Gold is, but in terms of their vision, so as you guys can see, our vision, BTG enhances and extends the crypto space with a blockchain closely compatible with Bitcoin, but without using resources like Bitcoin hash power or vying for real Bitcoin title. We're creating a welcoming space for new devs and new technologies building on a Bitcoin base. As a friendly fork, we offer a coin as easy and familiar to implement as Bitcoin, but with plenty of space for new ideas. That's why we have a thriving economy and ecosystem. So in terms of what's possible, Bitcoin Gold is extended by Lightning Network, which scales and route nearly limitless payments per second. This is an example of second layer solution living atop the main blockchain. Second layers and sidechain enable technologies like smart contracts, which can run at blazing speeds, secured by the underlying BTG main chain. So that is a bit about what is possible. In terms of roadmap, guys, I will be jumping onto this later on. So quickly going through the ecosystem, as you guys can see, they're listed on a lot of exchanges, got a lot of wallets and a lot of pools as well. So as you guys can see, they are doing pretty well. Traded over $23.5 billion. So as you guys can see, it's huge as well. So in terms of latest news, guys, you go check out these as well. So guys, I will be jumping onto the roadmap now. So guys, I have jumped onto the section about the BTG roadmap 2021. So as you guys can see, the course ahead at inception, Bitcoin Gold was focused on providing a cryptocurrency in the Bitcoin model, but which was more decentralized for miners. Today, our focus is to making BTG a more trustless and useful cryptocurrency for everyone, and the change that focus is evident for the current development roadmap. So just going over the key features that they're going for is interoperability, applications, infrastructure, and Lightning Network. So as you guys can see, go ahead and read each one of these as well. Just gives you more of insight on what they're trying to do. In terms of the actual roadmap itself, so as you guys can see, they've got 4 stages in terms of what they want to do. So as I did already mention, interoperability, they want to cover off these 4 sections, applications, these 3 sections, infrastructure, these 4, and for Lightning Network, these 3. So it's huge in terms of what they're trying to do. So go ahead and check this out as well, guys. It gives you more of an insight of what it is. So there is a lot to look forward to in terms of this project. So guys, I will be jumping onto the price analysis now. So guys, what everyone's been waiting for, the price analysis. So guys, I will be giving you 2 long-term analysis and 2 fairly short-term analysis. So as you guys can see, I have jumped onto the monthly time frame. As I did say before, back in 2018 there was that massive surge, in fact, to around $1,000. I wasn't aware that it went up to $1,000. It didn't actually show that on CoinMarketCap. So as you guys can see, it did spike all the way to around that $1,000 mark, and it did unfortunately dip all the way back down. So I hope no one bought it there, especially as you guys can see, if you did buy it there, you can't really see any data to the left, so you're just going to be foaming yourself in just jumping into this. So just be aware of that. As you guys can see, it did drop a massive amount. In fact, it dropped nearly 75% in fact from there to down there, so that is huge drop. So hopefully no one bought it there, but as you guys can see, I have listed down these two zones. So there's the resistance level formed around here around that $300 mark, and that support slash resistance formed around that $125 mark around here. So as you guys can see, these months, especially this month, has been forming a bullish candle at the moment. So unfortunately it did in the last couple of months, was rejecting that support around that $125 quite hard. So as you guys can see, it was surging and it did dip, unfortunately. So hopefully what it does now is go above that, break these levels of resistances here, break that level of support that was formed originally around there, and create a level of support around here, and then go towards the resistance level around that $300 mark before creating more support around here, strong support, and then going towards those levels here. But along this side, guys, there needs to be a lot of news and a lot of actual work within the project itself in order for this to happen. So that is what I see at the moment. So hopefully that's what happens as well. In terms of another long term, as you guys can see from that peak over there, I did create this trend line, touching it 2 times in fact right here. So hopefully what it does now is either touch it again, it might actually reject back down towards these levels here, or what I might do is completely break that, create that level of resistance, and then create that support, and then go back on towards that level of around that resistance level, around that $300 mark initially. So that is what I'm thinking as well, guys. So those are my 2 long-term analysis. In terms of the short term, as you guys can see, I have jumped onto daily, and I've created this massive zone here. As you guys can see, numerous amount of support, numerous amount of resistance formed as well, massive rejection. So it has been struggling to break this cleanly around that $70 mark. So hopefully what it does now is either break it completely, but as you guys can see, it has been rejecting it numerous times here. So you never know, what I might do is completely reject it again, go back down towards these levels of support around that $35 mark, or what I might do is completely go above, break these level of resistance around that $90, $100, and go towards that $150 around here. So that is what it might do. Or as I said, it might completely break, create that level of support again, that triple bottom in fact. So there's one there, one there, and one there, and then create a level of support and going back up towards those levels there. In terms of another short-term analysis, as you guys can see, have jumped onto the 4 hour now, and I have broken that down in terms of very short term. So hopefully what it does now, guys, as you guys can see, there was that massive surge around here. This was when BTC dominance was quite huge as well, and there was a lot of news happening then as well. So hopefully what it does now is actually create that level of resistances around here and breaks above that $71 mark, as you guys can see. Or what I might do is break that support around that $67 and completely break down towards that level of resistance around that $60 mark over there. So those are my 2 short-term analysis. So guys, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on bell notification for all future videos. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.